Drillers and trappers, we back. In this video, we're diving into a gripping true story of an off-duty cop who faced a life or death situation on a seemingly routine night. Let's get into it. It was a quiet evening in Chicago on June 9, 2020. An off-duty police officer had just finished his shift and was heading home, completely unaware of the danger lurking in the shadows. Chrishawn Thomas, a 23-year-old man already on electronic monitoring for a pending robbery case, along with an accomplice, began following the officer after he left work early that night. As the officer parked his car on the 3900 block of South Artesian, Thomas saw his opportunity. Thomas jumped out of his car, gun in hand, and approached the officer. Pointing the gun at the officer's head from only a couple feet away, Thomas thought he had the upper hand, but the officer, acting quickly in self-defense, drew his own gun. Gunfire erupted in the stillness of the night. Both men were hit, Thomas in both legs and the officer near his knee. Thomas, wounded, fled the scene and showed up at a hospital for treatment a short time later. The evidence was clear. Investigators linked Thomas to the shooting through the gun and the blood found at the scene. The investigation moved quickly and Thomas was taken into custody. On Friday, in court, Thomas pleaded guilty to aggravated battery by discharging a firearm and was sentenced to 20 years in prison. But his legal troubles didn't end there. He also pleaded guilty to aggravated vehicular hijacking for a separate carjacking incident just days before the shooting, receiving an additional 15 years to be served consecutively. In total, Thomas received a 35-year sentence. However, with credits already earned and anticipated, he could be paroled in just under 20 years. Now, there's another twist to this story. Chrishawn Thomas is not the only one in his family entangled in a life of crime. O-Block Huncho is the blood brother of O-Block CThang. CThang, whose real name is Christopher Thomas, is currently locked up for the high-profile murder of rapper FBG Duck back in 2020.
Video only on 2. Gunfire in the Gold Coast. A Chicago rapper shot to death just steps away from the Mag Mile. CBS News' Jermont Terry live tonight in Northwestern Memorial Hospital.
That's where 2 people are recovering from the shooting tonight. Jermont.
Erica and Brad, a man and woman, were seriously injured in this shooting, but their friend, a rising Chicago rapper, did not survive. The bustling shops and shoppers in the Gold Coast caught off guard when chaos broke out on Oak Street off the Mag Mile.
I heard like a machine gun going off.
Howard Gordon happened to be standing outside his convenience store. That's when those shots echoed. His store surveillance captured the horrific sounds.
I knew for sure this was gunshots, but I had no idea where they were coming from.
CPD would later determine someone fired those shots at Chicago rapper FBG Duck, the investigation revealing not 1, but 2 cars involved in his shooting.
4 individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing.
Close to 50 shots fired before the shooters jumped back into their cars, leaving this bloody scene behind.
And I saw a black car going very fast west on Oak Street.
Those bullets killed FBG Duck and also injured this woman who police say was with the rapper along with a 3rd man. The shooting in the Gold Coast left so many baffled.
It was real crazy that would happen right here in this area, out of nowhere. It was quiet and peaceful and shopping going on, then shots rang out.
CPD insisting this was not a random crime. The investigation reveals the gunman waited on the rapper and his friends to exit the store before shooting. The rapper died soon later at Northwestern Hospital. The afternoon shooting shook many, believed so many to realize the city's gun violence has no zip code.
You know, the fact that this is Oak Street doesn't mean that this is a safe haven.
And as of tonight, Chicago police do not have anyone in custody. They're hoping to talk to the 2 people recovering here at Northwestern to help shed some light on the investigation, but they will get some help from the many surveillance cameras that are located in the Gold Coast area.
CThang was part of the infamous O-Block 6 and was sentenced to life for the shooting death of FBG Duck.
Police! Call the police. Anyone in here? Let me see your hands. Keep your hands up.
That's it. Her mother left out of the door.
Go ahead. Who's that?
Yeah, she said nobody's supposed to be in here.
It's your home turf?
Nobody's supposed to be in here.
Just like who is?
Yeah.
Switch the shoes and everything.
Really got the blue ass draws. Can't miss that. No? Can't miss that. No?
Nobody was in your house? Okay.
You got somebody in your house, ma'am. Boom. That's him. Lock his ass up.
I'm about to surrender crime to you. Before we ask you any questions, it is our duty to advise you of your rights. You have a right to remain silent. Anything you say can and may be used against you in the court of other proceedings. Do you understand that you have a right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you questions and to have him or her present with you during questioning? You cannot afford or otherwise obtain a lawyer, and you want one, a lawyer will be appointed for you, and we will not ask any questions until he or she has been appointed. If you decide to answer now, with or without a lawyer, you still have the right to stop questioning at any time or stop the questioning for the purposes of consulting a lawyer. You may waive the right to advice of counsel and your right to remain silent. You may answer questions or make a statement without consulting a lawyer if you desire. Do you understand each of these rights? Do you wish to answer any questions at this time? All right.
In January 2024, the members or associates of the O Block Street Gang were convicted of racketeering murder charges in connection with the 2020 shooting death of Chicago rapper FBG Duck. This case serves as a stark reminder of how quickly life can change in an instant, especially when violence is involved. Stay safe out there, everyone. Alright y'all, there y'all have it. That's been the story of O Block Huncho and his brother CThang. Hey, get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. You already know what it is. Drillers and trappers. We out here trapping and drilling 247. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Gang!